Hiya folks, JD here, and today we've got this. This is the GoolRC T700 mini selfie quadcopter. Right, okay, let's open this up and have a little look. Now, I've got a couple of things about this that I think might be quite nice. Now, I have had a couple of mini selfie quadcopters in the past, as you know, we've gone through them. They tend to be okay. This one really intrigued me, quite simply because it's made by GoolRC. And we know that GoolRC can sometimes do some very good stuff, other times it's quite hit and miss. So I thought I'd give this a shot and see exactly how far we go. So there's the quadcopter, let's pull that out. Now this quadcopter comes with a lot of features, and included, this particular one that I bought, it came with 2 batteries. Now those batteries, hopefully, will give us at least 6 minutes of flight. They charge for about an hour, 60 minutes, give you 6 minutes of flight. They're a 3.7 volt, 500 milliamp hour battery, and they slot directly into the back inside here. So you can pull this out, and inside, it's very tricky because this little battery bay door is very, very small. Inside, there's your little battery. As easy as that. So I'm going to leave that out because I'm going to need to charge that. Second one is inside this pack. But before we come on to anything else with this quadcopter, let's go over the actual quad like we usually do. So here we go. This is what the quad looks like. Looks quite nice. Looks quite sleek. Looks quite industrial with these sides here. It is plastic. The sides are the plastic. Look at this. Very, very thin on the sides. If I just push that in, you can see there. Very thin. The top's a little bit thicker. The front of it looks a little bit like this. So we have a 720p camera at the front. This is a fixed lens camera, it does not move. Then working our way towards the back, we have this big oval, which is where you find the GoolRC stamp. Working out, obviously, one other thing I want to say about this, the white and black does pop. It really does pop. The black is matte, looks fantastic. The white itself is a dull, very matte white. Again, looks very nice. Both of them together, because they're both matte, looks quite professional, looks fairly nice, I've got to be honest. I hate when I see matte with gloss, but seeing something which is both matte, I really like that. Okay, so working our way towards the back, we have the battery bay, which you saw right at the start, just inside there. Only one battery fits in there at a time. Push it in to click, push down to release. As easy as that. On the underside, we have some aeration holes here. The electronics are directly inside there. And then you have your Wi-Fi antenna there. So this particular quadcopter can be flown via transmitter or flown via the app, which you can get from the manual, but we'll go into that a little bit more. A couple of other things to say about this quad. You have 4 brushed motors with some nice aeration holes around the side. You have these quite nice, quite thin propellers, but they do bend really quite nice. So it gives you quite a bit of, if you do come down, if you do crash it, or if this does land awkwardly, then you have got quite a nice little bit of flex. That's the word I'm trying to think of, flex, within the body and on the propellers, so it shouldn't smash unless you come down hard on concrete. Also, another nice thing to note, we have these nice landing sprigs here as well. Now these are a great big thick rubber landing sprigs, so as you come in, if you do come in a little bit awkward, you might find that the quadcopter bounces a bit. With having these little bits of rubber at the bottom here, you should find that it actually sticks quite nicely, and it should stop a lot sooner than if these were foam. Also, because they're rubber, they shouldn't rip as much or as quickly as foam does either. Now, another thing to note, you've got a quick release mechanism here on the propeller arm motors, so you can take the propeller arms, or you can take the motors off. There's also a little screw under there as well. Inside there you could replace the motor. So that gives you quite a nice level of access should you find that after quite a few flights you may find the motor burns out as it is brushed. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. You may want to replace it. You've got the option of doing that there. Right, so that's the quadcopter. So its flying weight, battery included that is, comes in at 55 grams. Very, very light indeed. I like the look of it. I think it looks quite striking. It feels quite well built on the body. The arms itself feel quite thin, but at the same time you want to have a level of flex there, just so that the quadcopter does, if it comes down, does have that level of flex so it doesn't smash, and that the plastic can absorb some of those little damages and crashes. Also to note here, the on and off button is directly underneath the quadcopter, just situated there. So that's the quad. Let's put that to one side. Let's come on to the transmitter. And the first thing to note about the transmitter is you have this very nice configuration board that is just stuck on here. So it shows you how to calibrate by moving both of the analog sticks down into the bottom left and down into the bottom right to calibrate the gyro. Very, very simple, but having something like this really does mean all the difference when you do come to use the quadcopter. Now then, anybody that's actually owned a Vizio will actually recognise this particular transmitter. Now, on this transmitter, you've got your on and off button just here. You have altitude hold on the quad, hence why you can see that left analog stick flicks back to the centre position. You have your trim buttons over here. You have your 1 key takeoff, 1 key landing, and your emergency stop button, as well as you have your return to home and headless mode buttons. Now these two buttons are blank to the top and bottom. We'll have to find out in the flight if they do anything at all, or if they are blank there, just because, well, they are null buttons. Holding down both of the analog sticks, you don't get anything from there, so there's no buttons built in there. On the shoulder, you get your speed. This has 3 speed modes, and you have on your right button here, you have your 360 flip. So once again, click, flip, click, flip. We'll see whether that's 2 or 4 directions when we do actually take her out. Now on the back here, you have got a little, there we go. You have got a little screw, which you have to use the enclosed screwdriver, excuse the hands folks, just to unscrew this. Oh, that's really in there. So once you've done this, you should then be able to get access to the battery bay, hopefully. Wow, that was really in there tight, there's no need of that. And then, click it open, 3 AA batteries powers this transmitter. This transmitter does not allow USB charging of any sort, so you have got to ensure the batteries in here are brand new or shop bought or fully charged. Now your transmitter opens up, your phone fits inside there like that. Very, very easy. Fits down, ease of use, ease of carrying. This transmitter feels quite nice. It feels quite thin, the plastic. It doesn't have any special handholds on the side, so nothing that really fits, nothing really grips your hand when it's in. But at the same time, it doesn't feel as if it's going to move. It's very nice game controller-esque, and as you notice, as with every game controller-esque transmitter, your hand just fits around it and wraps around quite nicely. I quite like that. It's quite basic, and I like my basic transmitters because 9 out of 10 times they just do the job. So let's see exactly how good that does in the next couple of days. A couple of other things about this. As we're on it, the control distance for this is 50 meters, and the Wi-Fi transmission range for this back to your app for the FPV relay is apparently 40 meters. But we'll have to see about that when we take her out. Now we come on to the accessory bag. So inside this accessory bag you have your extra propellers, 4 of them in total. You have your propeller guards, should you want to put them on. You also have your USB charger, your motor holder so that you can take off and put on your new propellers. Your second battery, because this is a 2 battery pack. So all in all, and also, there we are, the screwdriver as well. So let's not be forgetting that. So you get quite a few accessories with this. Now, we come on to the final bit. This final bit is the user manual. So this is multi-language, so as you flick through you're going to notice you have different ones, German, a lot of different languages inside here. The British or the English is at the front, so it takes you through quite a few things, everything that's included in the pack, how to configure, or how to calibrate the gyros rather, as well as you have your 3 QR codes at the bottom here in order to get the app, and then what each of the buttons on the transmitter does. So it goes into quite a nice little bit of detail, and then on the last page there it just goes into the app, giving you a little bit more information there as well. Right, that's not too bad. It gives you enough information in there for you to read. I've read it as well. It does read quite nicely, so hopefully that'll be of some use to you as well. Right, so all in all, inside this package we have our 2 batteries, our quadcopter, we have our transmitter, we also have our bag of accessories. we get a lot of stuff in here for the price paid, which was £44 delivered from Amazon. That was with no coupons added, there were no vouchers or anything like that, so it was just £44 straight. So there we are, my friends. I'm looking forward to taking this out in the next couple of days, so please join me then. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.